Hello everyone. Thank you for visiting the Patreon page of the Iannaccone Family Campaign. I'm William. I'm an investigator, lucky litigator, documentarian, National Lawyers Guild member, budding author, and film producer. The Awesome Awakening is the true story of my amazing life experience as a longtime subject of MKUltra, the CIA's Cold War behavioral science project, as my father before me. Rich in family history, it's an anti-Nazi, anti-La Cosa Nostra, anti-occult, tragic comedy thriller. I'm writing our book for adaptation to a movie. Given a security box by my mother prior to her passing away, along with her words of wisdom, quote, "There are things that people made me do. I don't have the heart to tell you. I want to leave you these papers. No one is going to help you. You're going to have to figure it out for yourself. This way, I'll know you'll be all right." Unquote. Investigating the clues, putting the pieces together, connecting the dots. I made several astonishing discoveries. I discovered a logically sound key link, connecting the CIA with Leary's theory of enlightenment via entheogens. Using this key link, I documented the evidence to develop my astonishing hypothesis of the secret agenda of MKUltra that proves the CIA intentionally social engineered the age of Aquarius and why. My thesis provides new insight on the origin of the drug war. It reveals the hide-in-plain-sight unholy alliance of the Buffalo La Cosa Nostra with the CIA, FBI, and their Cold War agenda. Researchers of the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Mary Pinchot Mayer can use my findings to further their insight into the overriding motive. I've taken testimonials and created videos on YouTube to tell our story. At the onset of the Cold War, my father, a progressive World War II veteran, was removed from his father's home in a straitjacket and confined to the VA hospital in Canandaigua, New York. During the mid-1950s, hallucinogenic drugs were secretly put in his food, and in the late 50s, he was given excruciating electroshocks causing incoherence and erratic behavior. Eleanor Iannaccone, my elder cousin, tells my father's story in the video linked below. In 1967, I was given an EEG where my so-called dream activity was recorded on a computer, also known as quantitative EEG or QEEG. I documented the scientific evidence to prove this was not an ordinary procedure, rather extraordinary research. Thus my key link. This key link and the thesis it supports is the major theme in the plot for our book, as illustrated in the link below. In 1968, I was given an injection under the protocol of research of a minor. I promised my son Sal, before he passed away, I will never relent in obtaining this record of injection that most likely caused his FSH muscular dystrophy, as supported by the facts, evidence, and circumstances of this case. The finalization of this case is very important to me and my family. I've made several videos to present the evidence I miraculously discovered to prevail and obtain my record of injection. For the specifics of this case history, please see the link below. We also intend to finalize our investigation and legal actions for the negotiated return of my father's legacy to his family, his U.S. savings bonds valued at $1 million. These funds, derived from his VA disability since 1945, were allegedly embezzled and laundered from him by my maternal family members of the Buffalo La Cosa Nostra in 1972, as evidenced by the money trail documented at the link below. A recovery of over $100,000 of SSA widowers' entitlements owed to my father from 1976 to 1992 was made by me via litigation as pro se, winning 2 appeals at the U.S. Court of Appeals, Second Circuit, and reached the Supreme Court of the United States in 2001. See the history of this case at the link below. Thomas F. Martin III, my best friend, was executed in March of 1985. My maternal uncle, a soldier for the Buffalo La Cosa Nostra, claimed responsibility to me for Tom's murder in an attempt to thwart my investigation of his alleged embezzlement of my father's bonds. Assistant U.S. Attorney Richard D. Kaufman, former Assistant DA, Western New York organized crime strike force member, who I corresponded with extensively since 1985, stated to me that the Western New York, quote, FBI are dropping the ball, unquote, on the Martin murder, as telephonically recorded at the link below. The investigation of mafia involvement in Tom's murder is documented and updated at the site below. We've been fighting an uphill battle against hostile courts, government agencies, and dishonest attorneys. However, I accomplished much on my own, as acknowledged in Kaufman's letter of recommendation. He also writes, quote, William's family history offers a colorful past, and in the volumes of written material that he has provided, one can find themselves imagining that they are reading the manuscript for another organized crime book, unquote. See the link below. I've worked evenings since the mid-1980s, waking at dawn for creative writing, lawyering, litigation, and investigative work, gathering the evidence to prevail in all my cases. Now that I'm retired, I hope to focus 24/7 to complete our book and finalize our legal projects expeditiously. With your donation, I'll be able to keep the lights on while completing our goals we've set as described here on our Patreon page. Most importantly, my father's family and I will keep you abreast of our progress and latest developments so that our endeavor will be in the public eye where the light of truth and justice travels more swiftly. The Iannaccone family and I send you our love and warmest thanks for your donation.